Hi everybody, this is your weekly horoscope. Thank you for joining me. And this horoscope is for Monday the 15th of May, going through until Sunday the 21st of May 2017. And my horoscopes are based on London time, so that's UK time. This is a really good week that we're moving into here now. It looks really positive. Monday the 15th of May, we've got Mercury, the communication planet, moving from Aries into Taurus. We also have the moon in Capricorn, and that squares Jupiter in Libra, and it conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn as well. So communication on Monday becomes much more practical and methodical. Mercury in Aries is somewhat of a loose cannon, okay? It's very forceful, it's very direct, and it really, if I think it, if I want to say it, I will. Okay, we all know that can sometimes get you in trouble, especially if, for instance, you're telling your boss the truth as you see it. So Mercury moving into Taurus is much more steady and visual and grounded and practical and methodical. Okay, so the pace slows down a little bit, but it's also a good way to connect with nature, and it's a good way to plan things, to become more detailed, to look at every step of the way, the method behind what it is you're doing, and to really get a kind of sense of structure in place when it comes to your life, to get things organized. So this is also really positive this day for anyone dealing with the earth and substance in a professional way, contractors, gardeners, chiropractors, massage therapists. It's a very grounded day, so you guys working in those professions are going to benefit, and you'll see that things work really well for you here on Monday the 15th. Now the next day, Tuesday the 16th of May, we've got the moon going into Aquarius at 5:51 in the afternoon. Aquarius is an air sign. It's very scientific. It's about communication. So now we're lightening things up. Monday we were here very grounded, very with the bull, with Taurus, very earthy, very down to earth. The moon in Aquarius is very up in the sky, ideas, innovation. Okay, the sun is in Taurus, and it quincunxes Saturn in Sagittarius as well on this day. So here on Tuesday, you become more interested in learning, in scientific learning, and in facts. You'll be eager to implement this new information that you learn into your daily routine straight away. Make sure you don't rush into things. I've got a bit of a sense here that we've got a bit of the Knight of Swords from the Tarot kind of energy appearing here, which is rushing into a situation before you have all the facts. Okay, so just be aware that if you make a commitment for the next year or something, if you want to sign up because you're so excited, make sure that it's really something you want to do before you rush into something. Okay, that's the big kind of red flag to look out for on Tuesday, that you do have this surge of interest in science, in learning, and that you rush into something, and then the interest fades. We've all been there. I'm suddenly so interested in electrical engineering, I'm going to read everything about it, and then a week later it's like, what was that all about? I could care less. It's that kind of thing. So easy does it. Don't rush into anything, and don't make any long-term commitments on Tuesday. Wednesday the 17th of May, we've got the moon in Aquarius, sextiling Venus in Aries, and trining Jupiter in Libra and Mars in Gemini. So this is a very good day for socializing and even making concrete plans for the future with friends or family. Okay. The reason for that is that the Aquarius moon really gives you a kind of scientific approach to what you're doing. Okay, so if you're planning a holiday, you're really going to plan this in a very objective way. Venus in Aries is about taking action. It's like, let's do something, let's go out, let's have fun, and even if it's complicated, let's do it anyway. Jupiter in Libra is about bringing people together and enjoying people's company and having good luck come into your life via other people. And Mars is in Gemini. Mars wants to explore. It wants to go through different doorways when it's in Gemini. It wants to discover. So that's why this is a really good day to socialize, to be around other people, and to make plans for the future, because you'll actually have the gumption and the concreteness and the practicality to make these plans. So rather than saying, okay, let's do it sometime next week or sometime this month, while you're on the phone talking to that person, okay, let's schedule it in now for Wednesday. Let's do it on Wednesday and just book it in. Now, Thursday the 18th of May, we have the moon in Aquarius still, and on Thursday the 18th, it trines Mars in Gemini, and it squares the Sun in Taurus. So again, it's very good for socializing, but it's also very good again in terms of you have a strong interest in learning and in gathering up new information, especially if that new information then allows you to take new practical actions in some way or to learn and use new skills. Okay, so as you can see, the week is very much about being optimistic, being ready to learn, being kind of driven and really interested in new things, new information, new things that you can learn. So it's almost like a fresh start. This week feels very much like a new beginning. It's like, okay, let's go again. Let's start again. We've done this now. It's like, let's start this new chapter. What am I interested in? What am I going to go pursue? And how can I make the most of it? So that's the week feels really optimistic, and it really feels like, you know, I'm going to take the bull by the horns here and I'm going to have a fun week. And that's why I think this is such a good week, because there's a real sense of enthusiasm and optimism here associated with all of this. So on Thursday the 18th, if there is the opportunity to learn something new, or to gain a new skill, commit to that. Make use of that. Learn that new skill. It will really serve you well further down the road. On Friday the 19th of May, we've now got the moon moving into Pisces at 3:53 in the morning. So immediately we're moving from this place of science and humanitarianism and logic and the intellectual. We're moving into Pisces, which is much more the spiritual and is much more self-sacrificing. Okay, the moon then conjuncts Neptune also in Pisces, and it quincunxes Jupiter in Libra. So this is the first day of the week where you really feel very different in a sense. Okay, we've been very practical, grounded, and communicative up until this point. On Friday, you become highly sensitive and highly intuitive on this day. Even if you're not someone who would identify as being intuitive, you do become intuitive on this day. It's a great day to get involved in that. Like if you want to explore those kind of things, maybe join a psychic development group, or have a seance with a group of friends, or go to a seance if that's something fun. By the way, going to a seance is really fun, and going on ghost huntings and those paranormal things, they really are fun. So if that's an area of interest to you, I would recommend them. I've done that and they've been super fun. So great day for a seance. Or it doesn't even have to be that complicated and occult and out there. It can be as simple as simply being willing to see another person's point of view on this day. You're intuitive, you're sensitive, you get what makes the other person tick, and you're willing to say, okay, that's why they do this. And that's why they behave this way. So it gives you a deeper and greater understanding of other people, and the more knowledge we have about other people, the more forgiving we can become. You know, like for instance, if you have someone in your family who's really struggled, okay, but if you actually get out of your own pain and your own anger, and you look at that person's life and you see how they were brought up and what has happened to them, and it doesn't excuse what's happened to you, but it may give you extra information which explains why certain things have happened, and that can often ease resentment and pain and things like that. So try and see the world from someone else's point of view on this day, because you'll be able to, and it will give you greater understanding about that other person. And if there is something within you that really is not at peace with this other person, and there's constant struggle and back and forth, then maybe you'll be able to come to terms with that and let it go. That's on Friday. Now on Saturday, this is an extension of Friday. We've got the Sun moving into Gemini, so happy birthday Gemini. We also have the Pisces moon conjuncting Chiron in Pisces, and it squares Mars in Gemini. So Gemini is a wonderful, optimistic sign. If you look at the actual sign of Gemini, it's a Roman numeral 2, so it's a doorway, and it's an air sign, okay? It's about learning, it's about being curious, it's about walking through different doorways and discovering what else is out there. So Gemini is always optimistic and hopeful that there's new information and there are new things under the sun, that there can be new discoveries that can be made. So when the sun is in Gemini, it's usually a happy time. It's usually a very busy, active, social time. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, it makes sense in terms of the weather. You know, we're spending more time outdoors. We're able to actually enjoy the sunshine, our parks, all of those things. So yes, on this day, Saturday the 20th of May, you do have that ongoing strong intuition that you had from the previous day. On this day though, you have an even stronger desire to communicate, to explore, and to make contact with other people. So that's what I would suggest you do. Have fun, be with other people. The intuition will continue to teach you about the people you spend time with. Okay, so on Friday, you were highly sensitive and intuitive, and maybe you got the understanding about one person in particular. If that's what you're trying to achieve, if you have someone in your life who you really resent, like maybe a parent or a child, or so it just doesn't work between you and this person. If you want to try and see their point of view, Friday is the time to do it. On Saturday, it's a great day to see another group's point of view, or to get an understanding for why a certain group of people do things the way they do things. So there's this desire to communicate, but as a result of your communication, there's greater understanding. You're making contact, you're exploring. Sometimes communication is not about learning and understanding. Sometimes communication is just about, look at me, look how wonderful I am, and hear me talk. You know? We all know people like that. This isn't the energy of Saturday. It's about genuinely being able to get a deeper understanding through communication, and using communication as a way to become closer and to bond and to understand each other and to build relationships. On Sunday the 21st of May, we've got the moon moving into Aries at 12 minutes past 10 in the morning. So again, we've got a fresh start here. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's about completion and finishing things off. Aries is about spring. It's about starting things. It's about rushing forward and getting things done. So immediately the pace now picks up. The Aries moon also sextiles the sun in Gemini. Sun in Gemini, remember, wants to walk through doorways. Now that we have a moon in Aries, which is power, let's go, let's go, let's go, the pace really picks up on Sunday here. So on Sunday, there is increased energy, and there's a much greater focus on putting your ideas into action, and the gap between the idea and the actual action becomes smaller. And if you think it, you're immediately going to do it. That's the second time I'm mentioning that, and that's the only red flag for the week. That's the only thing I would warn you about this week, that there is this Knight of Swords energy involved here. I think it, therefore I have to do it straight away. I think it, therefore it's true, and I want to do it. It's rushing into a situation without having all the facts, okay? So if you notice yourself rushing into something on this during this week, take a step back, just kind of listen to your intuition. If there's the potential to do any more research before rushing in and committing, then do that, because that is the only red flag here that I really see. But it's a wonderful, wonderful day to really be a part of life, and to get out there and connect with other people, and to have opportunities arise from that. So I really think you're going to have a very good week. It looks like a positive week to me. If you would like a private reading based on your birth chart, which I can draw up using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth, then please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading, and we can have a look at what's coming up in your love life, what's coming up in terms of you financially, career-wise, family, spiritual development. But we can also look at your birth chart and see what your vocational aptitudes are, what kind of job you should be doing. We can also have a look at what your life purpose is, what you're here to achieve on a soul level. So we can do that kind of analysis, and we can look at what's coming up in future. So if you are interested in that, please visit the website. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and joining me for this weekly horoscope, and I'll speak to you next week.